So you've just woken up, Flameborn. Before you lies Embervale, a massive world of ancient ruins, stunning mountains, and, right, a creepy killer fog that's trying to swallow the whole entire world. You're the last hope, but that hope can get snuffed out really fast. Before you even think about crafting your first axe, we need to talk. There are 5 huge mistakes that nearly every new player makes when playing Enshrouded, and they lead to nothing but pain and frustration. These aren't small oopsies. These are blunders that will get you killed, waste your time, and make you want to rage quit before you've seen all the really cool stuff that this game has. Stick with me now, and I'll show you how to master the Shroud instead of getting wrecked by it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more Enshrouded content. First, and honestly the biggest mistake that you can make, is trying to play Enshrouded like it's some flat, boring world. You'll see a cool ruin across a canyon or a chest sitting on a cliff, and you'll just try to run and jump all your way there. And you will fail. A lot. You'll get frustrated and waste so much time. Embervale is all about versatility, and the game gives you the 2 most important tools for it almost right away. The glider and the grappling hook aren't just fun toys, they are absolutely essential for the game. Putting off crafting them is like trying to run a race with your legs tied together. Without them, you literally can't get to huge parts of the map. You'll be locked out of quests, and you won't find the best loot because it's always hidden up high, and you'll have no real good way to escape when things go bad. Being able to leap off of a cliff and glide away from a pack of monsters you can't handle is a life-saving move, and if you're stuck on the ground, you're a sitting duck. So make crafting a glider and the grappling hook your #1 priority. Seriously, do this first. As soon as you leave the starting vault, you can find everything you need. For the glider, you're just going to need some shroud wood, animal fur, string, and shroud spores. Chop any tree inside the shrouded area for the wood, and get the spores from the zombie-like fell guys that are in the fog. Kill some of the goats or the sheep in the starting fields for the fur, and craft string from any of the plant fiber you can get from every other bush. For the grappling hook, you will need metal scraps, string, and shroud spores. You can get the metal scraps from breaking barrels and boxes in ruins, or by taking out scavenger enemies at their camps. Once you have the materials, craft them at your workbench immediately. Don't build a fancy house, don't go exploring, just make these 2 items and then the entire world opens up the second that you do. You see that timer that pops up the second that you step into the spooky gray fog? Well, that's not a suggestion, it's your lifeline, and for new players, it's the #1 cause of sudden, infuriating death. It's also very easy to get distracted. You spot some glowing ore, you stumble into a fight, and you're trying to get one last chest, and you forget to look up. And your screen flashes red, you start choking, and you're dead. When the timer hits 0, you die, period. No second chances, no dramatic escape, you just drop dead. This leads to annoying corpse runs, wasted times, and a fear of the one thing that the game is actually named after. New players often go way too deep into the fog without a plan on how to get out, not realizing that some areas are deadlier and drain your timer even faster. This creates a nasty cycle. You're scared to go into the shroud, so you don't go and get the materials you need to upgrade your gear, which means that you can't craft the new things that would make you survive the shroud easier. You're just stuck. So what you need to do is to build a new habit. Always keep an eye on that timer. Treat it like an oxygen tank. Once it hits about quarter full, start heading back. Plan your trips into the shroud more strategically. Go in, get what you need, and get out. Don't just wander around in there aimlessly. But the real game changer is upgrading your flame altar. Every time you strengthen the flame, you permanently increase how long you can stay in the shroud. This is the best way to make exploring less of a panic attack and more of a treasure hunt. Make these upgrades your main goal. A longer timer means you can go deeper, find better stuff, and feel way more confident. In a lot of games, you can be picky about loot. You see a broken barrel, you know it's probably junk, and you move on. In Enshrouded, that mindset will actually leave you broken struggling. That random barrel, that dusty crate, and those pile of bones, they're not just scenery. They are your future gear, potions, and arrows. New players run past countless resources and then wonder why they have no bandages for a boss fight or can't craft a better sword. The problem is you will burn through items way faster than you think. Bandages, potions, arrows, and materials to repair your gear will disappear in the blink of an eye. Even worse, making crafting recipes only show up after you've picked up new material for the first time. If you're not grabbing everything, you might not know what cool things you're missing out on. The other part of this problem is not upgrading your backpack. Your starting inventory is teeny tiny, and you'll constantly be forced to drop valuable loot to make room for something else. So the solution? Become a hoarder. It's for your own good. If it looks like you can break it or open it, do it. Smash every crate, barrel, or piece of furniture. Loot everything that you can. You need a never-ending supply of basic materials like wood, stone, plant fibers, and metal scraps. One of the best early game goals is to upgrade your backpack as well. To do that, you need to find the hunter survivor who can craft them for you. The first small backpack requires materials like torn cloth, dried fur, and string. Getting a bigger bag means you can stay out longer and bring back more treasures, which is always a win. Finally, build some storage chests in and around your base. A little organization goes a long way and turns your hoarding habit into a powerful crafting empire. Okay, so you have a sword and there's a monster. The plan is to run up and swing like a maniac until it's dead, right? Wrong. That might work on the first few wimpy creatures, but you'll get absolutely flattened the second you face a real threat. The combat in Enshrouded has a rhythm, and ignoring it turns fights into a painful grind. Just spamming your basic attack and holding up your shield is actually a very good way to just die. You'll take unnecessary damage, chug all your health potions, and get swarmed by groups. A lot of beginners don't pay attention to the white stagger bar under the enemy's health. They also don't learn how to parry, which is one of the game's most powerful moves. They just hold block, which eats up stamina, and eventually gets broken. On top of that, they forget to spend their skill points or just pick skills randomly, creating a character who isn't really good at anything. Your solution here is your new best friend, which is the parry. Instead of just holding the block button, tap it right as the enemy's attack is about to hit you. A successful parry will block all the damage, but more importantly, it does a ton of damage to their stagger bar. When that bar fills up, the enemy gets stunned, leaving them wide open for a massive critical hit. Practice this. It will completely change how you fight. Also, pay attention to how enemies attack and use your dodge roll to avoid those big unblockable hits. Lastly, be smart about your skill points. Don't just click whatever looks cool. Look for the skills that give you a big advantage early on, like double jump, or mobility, or water aura for like some passive healing. Focusing on the skills that match how you want to play, whether it's melee, range, or magic, will make you way more effective. Embervale is a huge and gorgeous world. It is tempting to pick a direction and just start running. While that can be fun, if you do it without any clear goals, you're going to slow down your own progress to a crawl. So many beginners just wander around the starting area for hours, wondering why they aren't getting any stronger or unlocking any new recipes. They're completely ignoring the path the game is trying to show them. Wandering around without purpose means that you aren't finding the most important unlocks in the games. The survivors, the blacksmith, the hunter, alchemist, farmer, and the carpenter are the keys to basically everything. Each one you rescue unlocks a ton of new crafting recipes for better armor, weapons, potions, and building pieces. If you ignore their quests, you'll be stuck using starter gear against much tougher enemies. Another huge mistake is not using your flame altars effectively. New players tend to place one and treat it as their home, and they forget about its other amazing uses. So what we're going to do is follow the main quests, at least for a while. The game's questline is specifically designed to lead you straight to the survivor. Make rescuing them your top priority. Every time you bring one back to your base, your powers and options expand dramatically. The blacksmith lets you craft better gear, the alchemist gives you new potions and spells. You get the idea. They are essential. At the same time, make sure you're regularly strengthening your main flame altar. This is how you really progress, giving you more time in the shroud and better stats. And don't just have one flame altar. You can place multiple altars across the world and use them as fast travel points. Drop one near a good farming spot or right before a tough dungeon. It saves a massive amount of time travel and makes exploring so much easier. And that's it. That's the 5 big mistakes that can turn your adventure into a headache. If you focus on your movement tools, you respect the shroud, grab everything that isn't nailed down, you learn the combat and follow your quests, you'll be well on your way to saving Embervale. This game is tough, but it's fair, and it rewards players who are prepared. If this guide has helped you out, a thumbs up would be awesome. It also helps the channel grow. And for more guides and tips on Enshrouded, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Now, I want to hear from you. What's a mistake that you made when you were a beginner in Enshrouded? Or do you have a killer tip for new players that I may have missed? Let everyone in the comments know. If you guys want a quick rundown of the complete beginner's guide of Enshrouded, click this video here. Otherwise, stay caffeinated, folks.